So children, today we have a new lesson from your English textbook, Unit 2, titled The Eyes Have It. This is a short story about an encounter between two passengers on a train. The main characters here are the writer himself, he is Ruskin Bond, he is blind, and a girl who is also blind. So I begin here. The narrator says about his journey by train to a place called Dehradun. I had the train compartment to myself up to Rohana, then a girl got in. So the narrator said that when he was on his way to Dehradun, the train reached a place called Rahana. Up to there, he was alone in his compartment. Then a girl got in. The couple who saw her were probably her parents. As he could not see who put the girl in the train, he guessed that they could be her parents. They seemed very anxious about her comfort, and the woman gave the girl detailed instructions as to where to keep her things, when not to lean out of windows, and how to avoid speaking to strangers. So, since the lady who came to put her in the train, she gave many instructions to the girl, like where to keep her things after entering in the compartment, and she also instructed her not to put her head or hand or outside the windows, and also to avoid speaking to strangers. Also, these kind of instructions were given to the girl by her mother. That is the reason, means why the woman who came in. So the narrator who could not see the woman guessed that that woman could be this girl's mother. Next paragraph. They called their goodbyes and the train pulled out of the station. So when it was time for the train to start its journey, the girl's parents waved their goodbyes, gave goodbyes, and then the train began to move. As I was totally blind at the time, my eyes sensitive only to light and darkness, I was unable to tell what the girl looked like. Now the girl got inside the compartment and she was sitting there. Now the narrator was completely blind and he did not know how the girl looked like. But I knew she wore slippers from the way they slapped against her heels. But one thing he knew, that the girl wore slippers, which means when she was walking, it was tapping against her heels. So he could make out that the girl wore slippers. It would take me some time to discover something about her looks, and perhaps I never would. But I liked the sound of her voice and even the sound of her slippers. Now he is just sitting in the corner and he thinks that it would take some time for him to find out about how she looks, or he may not be able to, he would never be able to know how she looks because he is blind. But he admits that two things he liked about her, that was her voice, because he had heard her speaking to her parents. So two things he liked, one was her voice, other one was the sound of her slippers. Are you going all the way to Dehra? I asked. I must have been sitting in a dark corner because my voice startled her. She gave a little exclamation and said, I didn't know anyone else was here. So here when the girl entered the compartment and after her getting seated there, the man just, our narrator just asked her whether she was going all the way to Dehradun. Then suddenly when she heard the voice, because she was also blind, she did not know anyone else was there. So as soon as at once she heard the voice, she was startled, she was surprised to hear. Then she answered by telling that she did not know anyone else was there. Well, it often happens that people with good eyesight fail to see what is right in front of them. They have too much to take in, I suppose, whereas people who cannot see or see very little have to take in only the essentials, whatever registers tellingly on their remaining senses. So here the man says that people who have good eyesight, they fail to see what is in front of them, which means they see many things and they take things for granted, which means he actually meant about those people who have good eyesight, they miss many things. He also said that people who cannot see or who sees very little have to take in only the essentials, whatever registers tellingly on their remaining senses. So here the meaning is that people who cannot see or who sees very little, they see what is required, no? The essentials, and whatever registers tellingly on their remaining senses. So it registers means whatever they notice it remains in their senses. Then the girl said, I didn't see you either. Sorry, the narrator said that he also did not see her. But he said that he heard her coming in. I wondered if I would be able to prevent her from discovering that I was blind. Provided I kept my seat, I thought it shouldn't be too difficult. The girl said, I am getting off at Sharanpur. My aunt is meeting me there. Now, the narrator did not want to make the girl know that he was blind. So, he just sat there, he did not even move. Then the girl told him that she was getting down at a place called Sharanpur and her aunt would be coming to meet her there. Then I had better not get too familiar, I replied. Aunts are usually formidable creatures. So formidable means like cause fear, no? So he said that, oh, if your aunt is coming to meet you there, better we don't get familiar too much. Then the girl asked him, where are you going? Then he said, to Dehra and then to Mussoorie. Oh, how lucky you are. I wish I were going to Mussoorie. I love the hills, especially in October. So the girl also wished, when she came to know that he was going to Mussoorie, she also wished to go there because the place was very beautiful, especially in the month of October. Yes, this is the best time, I said, calling on my memories. The hills are covered with wild dahlias, the sun is delicious, and at night you can sit in front of a log fire and drink a little brandy. So this narrator, he was not blind when he was born, no? Gradually he became blind. So when he was able to see, he had already visited Mussoorie. So he knew how the scenery would be, how the situation is. So he recalled, that's why it is said he called to his memories, no? What he had seen before. He just said that the hills are covered with wild dahlias, the sun is delicious, and at night you can sit in front of the log fire and drink a little brandy. Most of the tourists have gone and the roads are quiet and almost deserted. Yes, October is the best time. So in the month of October, only few visitors go there. So he says that is the best time to visit the place. She was silent. I wondered if my words had touched her or whether she thought me a romantic fool. Then I made a mistake. So, since the girl was silent, did not say anything, he thought that the girl felt bad or not, so he just apologized. Then he tried to change the topic. He asked her, what is it like outside? She seemed to find nothing strange in the question. Had she noticed already that I could not see? But her question removed my doubts. She asked him, why don't you look out of the window? She asked. So the girl did not know that the narrator was blind, so she asked him another question. Why he